there guys, welcome to my little corner of creativity. My name is Rami and today I'm going to walk you through the process of illustrating the three main characters from the Detroit Become Human game. If you haven't played this game, by the way, I definitely recommend you to do it. It's an awesome game, you won't regret it, I swear. Okay, so let's move on. So first off, I'm going to start with the line art. I'm using the sketch as a base and lower its opacity to about 20%. I'm making a new layer on top and start creating the line art. I'm not the best with line art, but the basic rule of thumb I'm following here is making the outside lines heavier while the inside lines, so to speak, the ones I use for features on their face for example, are thinner. I'm also trying to give a bit of weight and variation to the lines, especially on their hair, to create more volume and make the line work look less flat. It's important to create confident lines and avoid making short, frequent strokes. It takes a little bit of practice and you might need to draw a line several times, but your line art will look a lot better if you use longer strokes. After line art is ready, let's start with adding colors. First of all, you want to start with the base colors. Since there are a lot of elements in this drawing, it's important to group the base colors on several layers. You don't want colors that are next to each other to be on the same layer because it will be harder to shade later. So make sure everything is organized in such a way that two different colors don't touch each other on the same layer. I don't follow this all the time, by the way, not even in this drawing, but if you're a beginner artist, it's better to simplify things as much as possible and keep stuff organized. When base colors are in place, it's finally time for the most exciting part. Shading! First of all, you have to decide where the light source is coming from. In my case, it's coming from the top right of the screen, so I'm making all the decisions regarding shading based on that fact. A little trick I like to use in this coloring style is to first create a gradient of a darker, more saturated version of the base color. I add this gradient in the opposite direction from where the light comes to create a more interesting base for the shadows. After the gradient is created, I start adding the shadows first. Again, you have to think about the light source and decide the places where light doesn't hit and make those places darker. Similarly, after shading is added, I move on to the highlights, again keeping in mind, you guessed it, the light source. I also like to add a little rim light on each silhouette right next to the line art in the direction from which the light is coming from. I like this effect as it gives the drawing a more comic book style, which is what I'm after in this illustration. Having proper lighting in a drawing is extremely important. Once you figure out the lighting, you can consider half of the work on your drawing already done. After you decide where the light is coming from, The next big step is to manage to actually stay consistent. Always keep in mind what areas light hits and what areas it doesn't. In this particular drawing, I decided that light comes from the top right, so as you see, I keep this consistent with all three characters and all surfaces. If I were to suddenly change the direction of the light in the middle of the drawing, everything would look very off, and 9 cases out of 10, when people feel something is off with their shading, but they don't know what it is, well, there's a good chance the lighting is off. Well, there's a lot to say about this subject, so I'll stop here, but I'm planning to make a lighting tutorial in the future, so if you're interested in hearing about that, let me know in the comments. So, getting back to the drawing now. It's now time to add the background. I wanted to give it a futuristic vibe, so I created a blue gradient and then added some digital techno whatever details using some preset brushes. Making a few final adjustments now, and the drawing is basically done. Yay! I had a lot of fun drawing this, and I hope that you managed to learn a bit from my process. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel if you like my content, as it would help me a lot and actually give me the motivation to create more videos like this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget, stay creative! Bye bye!